I want to start this video by saying this is not a beginner crochet video. This is not a how to make a granny square. There's one of those already on the channel. You can look through to find it. This is if you already know how to make a granny square and you want to switch it up. This half and half granny square opens up a whole bunch of design possibilities in blankets or garments. The half and half square, like if you're doing pixelated things, you've got your whole squares, but to make the curves or the edges, you need a half and half square. Or if you want to mimic quilt blocks, this half and half square you can use to make hundreds of different quilt block motifs for blankets or wearables. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun to make. You get in a rhythm. It seems awkward at first. I feel like the most tedious thing about a half and half granny square is making sure that the working yarns of the two colors that you're working with, that you keep the floats on the same side. It's just the carry up to where you change colors. That kind of becomes a habit like within the first couple of rounds. But you work the granny square exactly the same. It builds out the same. It's just these few details that make it what it is. Also, I'm wearing the Crochet Granny cowl by Zines and Rogers. This is my fifth one I made. This is a great pattern. I made it with worsted weight, my very first one. This one I made with fingering weight. I've made it with all some. This was actually a Valentine's Day mini skein set from Candy Shop Yarns. She's one of my favorite hand dyers. Let's get started with this half and half square. Let's grab our yarn and get started. However you make a circle when you're making a regular granny square, that's what you're going to do here. I'm using a magic circle. You can chain 3 or chain 4, slip stitch it, make your circle, and then do your chain 3 and start your first cluster. And then you'll chain 2 and do your next cluster. So we're going to do 2 of the 3 double crochet clusters. We're doing 2 of the 4 that you would normally do on the first round of a regular granny square. Okay, once you get to the last stitch of that last cluster, on your last pull through 2, you're going to introduce your new color, which is the regular way that you change color in crochet for whatever you're doing. And then we're going to do the chain 2, and then we're going to do our next double crochet cluster. Just like regular. And we're going to chain 2 and do the last 2 3 double crochet cluster. And the thing that you need to remember, you still want to crochet over your tails so you can tighten up your circle, but don't crochet over the white working yarn. The first color you use, don't crochet over that working yarn, because then your working yarn will be in the wrong place. So once you get to the end, we're tightening it up. It doesn't matter how you do that first round, whether it's the chain and slip stitch or you're using magic circle, you still need to tighten it up, and then we're going to slip stitch together. So there's our first round. You can see we have a small half and half square. Then you're going to chain 3 with that same color that you're on and do 1 cluster right there in that little section, and then jump over to your next corner, and you're going to do a cluster, a chain 2, and another cluster, just like you would regularly. And then after you've done your second cluster, we're going over to that next space, and we're going to do 1 cluster of doubles, and we're at the place to change colors again. So on that last pull through of your last cluster, you're going to bring that color working yarn around to the front and pull through that first color that you started with and do your chain 2, and then do the 3 double crochet cluster in that same space. And then we're going to jump over and do 3 doubles, 2 chains, and 3 doubles. Okay, and you can see we're coming up to a red section, so you know it's almost time to change color again. So, and you did 3 doubles already in that space with the red, so now we're going to do 3 more doubles in that space with the white. And you'll see that we're coming up to the end of the round. So after you do your 3 doubles in that space, you're going to do your chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch it to the first double cluster, just like we would anytime. And then you're going to chain 3 and turn, and we're going to head back down that side. Okay, so we're doing the 3 doubles in that space. And then you're going to head over to the corner and do 3 doubles, chain 2, and 3 doubles. And then in your side space there, you're going to do 3 doubles. So the square builds up just like a regular granny square. Each round you're going to have an additional side space. And so now you're at the center point where the colors change. You're going to do your 3 doubles with that color, and then it's time for the color change. So in the last pull through of that last double crochet, you're going to pull through your new color, and make sure that your working yarn are always on the same side, so that way your floats will always be on the same side. And then we pull through, do our chain 2, and then the 3 doubles. And then you hop over to your side section. And then after that, you'll go into your corner and do your 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Now I want to say, this is the way that I make a granny square. So I have no chain 1s in between sections, because I like a tighter, sturdier granny square. If the way you do a granny square is by doing a chain 1 in between your cluster sections, then do that. It's still the same principle as this. You'll still be changing colors at the same places and all that. You'll just have chain 1s in between your sections. Okay, you can see we're approaching the midpoint where the colors change. So there's our 3 doubles. And now we're at the end of the round. So you're going to do the chain 2. I'm just going to move the stitches out of the way so I can see. We're going to chain 2 and slip stitch. Now you're at the end of that round. And you can see the half and half square. So now we're going to chain 2 and turn. Start with our 3 doubles. Hop over to your side section, do 3 more doubles. Next side section, 3 doubles. Now we're at the corner, so it's 3 doubles, chain 2, 3 doubles. Then your side sections get 3 doubles each. And then you see we're coming up to a color change. See how my working yarn is there on that side, so that's one clue that it's time to change. So on the last double, the last pull through, we're going to pull through the new color and bring our working yarn around to the same side so they all stay on the same side. Pull that color through, chain 2, and then continue on around. I always make sure that my working yarns are in the right places, because once you've done an entire round and then discover it, you got to pull the whole side out to fix it. So we do our 3 doubles in that section, and then we go on around to our side sections, which get 3 doubles each. Then the corner section, which is 3 doubles, 2 chains, 3 doubles. Side sections, and then after the side sections we're coming up to the end of that round. So we're at the center now where you already have the 3 red, so now we're going to do 3 white. And then we'll do our chain 2 and slip stitch to where we started. And that's as far as I'm going to go. You just keep going. And just like with a regular granny square, you get an extra side section for each round. But with these squares, you can make any number of designs for a blanket or sweater.